2NURFM 103.7 as we have a look at all things, well, I guess all things exercising and any sort of...
Lifestyle. Let's go lifestyle.
Rehabilitation with our exercise physiologist, Mark Goswell. G'day, Mark. Today, you've got pain on your mind.
I have got pain on my mind. Well, I've woken up with a thumping headache, so I thought we'd talk about just chronic pain.
Do we need to have a look at what you were drinking yesterday? Maybe the family's giving you a hard time. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe my lifestyle's just a little too busy and I've taken on too much.
Yeah. Look, have a week off from work. Send the family on holidays somewhere where you're not, and I reckon after a day of that just disappearing, you'll be all right.
The tension will go away.
Yeah, and that'll be $150. Thank you. So you reckon chronic pain, we want to talk about that today and the fact that it's not all in our minds.
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously I deal with people that are in chronic pain every day, all day, Monday to Friday. So I see a lot in terms of what they're being told and the information they're being provided. And unfortunately, I see this a lot with, women in their mid-30s to late 50s, in that... Yeah, they've got these chronic conditions. They're not sort of sitting in the box. They're not, don't find a scan and it's a piece of cake to deal with. And they just go, they're being told on a regular basis that, it's stress, it's their lifestyle, they're doing too busy, it's hormonal.
If we, to get to where we're going, where you say it's not in your mind all the time,
yep.
If you're looking at that particular age group, and it's actually the age group I fit right in the middle of, do you think that the thought is, look, it's in your mind because it's not an age group we generally think of as having a lot of chronic pain or a lot of degenerative pain, so therefore it's not
you're
that,
manufacturing it because life's very stressful and life can get in the way, and how do we manufacture a way to get out of things? Well, let's just say that we're in pain, but unfortunately I'm seeing way too many things where people are just being discounted and being told that you just need to change your lifestyle, take a breath, what you were saying, send the family away and have a holiday, where there's a lot of things that...
And I don't bulk bill either, just for the record.
There's a lot of things like we were saying last week, where if you can scan something and it doesn't necessarily show, so people automatically go, well, it's not clearly evident, so let's put it down to something else. And what I've seen in my experience is that there is always a trigger, there is always an answer, there is always a reason. Sometimes you've just got to delve a little deeper in to try and work out where it is and why it is. And that comes down to the experience, skills, and the ability of the practitioner that you're dealing with.
So what are some of the steps that you should go through with your practitioner of choice? There you go. So you're like, well, it's not evident, we can't find an obvious culprit,
yep.
But so we need to pull apart your life and figure it out. Where do we start, or is that different on the type of pain and where it is?
Yeah, look, because pain is complex, and it is, and don't get me wrong, people that are in chronic pain, it is a very complex thing, but sometimes you can go searching for answers that you may not necessarily try to find or need to find. And sometimes it can be about behaviour modification, lifestyle modification, but it's about learning how do you control that pain. Now, from an exercise and movement perspective, obviously I'm a little bit more biased towards what exercise physiologists do, but then by that theory, we move every day of our lives. It's one of the biggest things that we do is we get up in the morning, we go about life, and so that ability to learn how to move without increasing your pain or aggravating your pain is obviously an incredible aspect in terms of what we can do. So if you're getting pains that are experienced in life, there's better ways to do it, and we work out the right exercises to do, the right mobility to do, and it's about learning how to manage the pain. So when we get people coming in and they're losing their lifestyle, so they can't play golf, they can't pick up the kids, they can't do activities that they want to do. We always look at the fact of trying to not promise that we're going to get rid of their pain, but promise that we can increase their activities with their pain levels not increasing. And that's obviously something, if you can get back to a normal life, you can start to have a better outcome and then believe the pain isn't as bad.
It's got to be very frustrating for folks to be hurt, to hear that second level of it's like, well, okay, it's probably not going to completely go away, so we need to learn to live with it.
Yeah, and it's complex because people are always looking for that, I want to be pain free. But if you've had a chronic pain that's been there for 3 to 6 months, there is a likelihood it may or may not go, especially if you've been searching for an answer that someone can't find. And so it's about learning how to manage that pain and control that pain so it doesn't actually control your life. And the people that come in and see me, the pain is controlling their every existence, and so they stop living the life that they want to live. So our goal from an exercise physiology perspective is go, cool, what are your goals? What do you want to get back to? How can we do that without your pain spiking? And that's what I do for a living. It's awesome.
All right. So the short answer is, if you're not getting the obvious answers, just pull everything apart, just like a train set.
Look,
And start
mate,
again.
there's always an answer, and there's always a way to find ways to manage it. And it's certainly not just a case of suck it up, it's in your head or it's in your mind. There's so many ways to be able to get around and manage pain. Is there a 100% answer? No. If there was, I'd be retired on a beach in like in the Caribbean, because chronic pain is one of those things that affects a lot of people in society. But it's about how do you implement the right skills and strategies to be able to allow yourself to control the pain, stop the pain controlling you.
All right, a lesson in pain today from our exercise physiologist, Mark Goswell. Thanks for your time, mate. You'll be back next week with us.
Mate, absolutely.
Right here at 2NURFM, 103.7.
2NURFM, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.